loneliness, brokenness, isolation, hopelessness, desperateness are not really the words you would associate with Christmas. But that is exactly what, sadly, we see every year when we do Christmas to Your Door. What Christmas is really like for so many people in Australia. Christmas to Your Door is simple. We bring Christmas morning to families that have nothing. So when there's Vegemite on toast for lunch, we bring in the feast. When the kids have got next to nothing or a $10 toy at best, we'll come and bring a heap of wonderful toys for them. It's bringing a Christmas they should have had to them. Christmas to Your Door began just so incredibly simply. A homeless guy at a community dinner I ran came up to me and said, "Hey bud, I'll show you what Christmas is like, really, come with me." And I went with him and visited 20 to 25 homes that morning and just saw the reality of Christmas for so many Australians, how shattering it was. Very much like the name itself, it's basically we bring Christmas morning to families that have nothing. So we began to see what the needs were, which were kids with presents, mums. We wanted to do some things that would help the mums, handbags with some ladies' products. And then the men, they're a bit harder, but we thought if a man and a husband's got a full table of food there for his family, that's going to be a big tick for him. So we tried to basically identify the needs of what these families, the basic needs, and then we'd bring that to them. Officially, it was, I think, 2012. I remember I attempted to visit 100 homes for the first time. And I remember I focused on everything but the fundraising. So I got to I think 3 days before Christmas and I realised I got no money to do it. And then I remember just thinking, oh, I'm a fool, I'm an idiot. And just this businessman rang out of the blue and just gave me said, here's $500. And I think the exact cost of what we needed in 2011, we visited about, I think, 25 homes. And then just before COVID, that I think got to nearly 1,200 households. So something like 3,000 to 4,000 individuals receiving something, 60 plus cars on the road. So I always tell people, if you told me that year, I would have been like, cool, what drugs are you on? Can I have some? Because that's just not realistic. I think this year will be interesting coming out of COVID, but I think the key is always the same, being there at the right time and the right place. And I think I've learned time and time again that by doing this, you never know where they're at when you're doing it. So the impact, I've constantly learned year after year what this has meant to people at different times. And that's always really encouraging. And you always get that feedback of, okay, this is needed, this is relevant, this is good. To achieve this mammoth task of visiting all these households, you need an incredible amount of resource. And we couldn't be where we are today without people partnering with us to do that. And there's a lot of people that are never going to be available 6 to 9 a.m. or 6 to 9 a.m. to do it, but they can back us financially. The biggest thing we need is people who actually really care about how people are doing Christmas in their local community, in their region, and going, hey, I'd absolutely love to be able to help out, even if it's a few bucks, because it's amazing when you look over time and time again, the smallest toy often has made such a big impact to a kid. A toy that I just couldn't fathom would be that big a deal, but it's meant something to them. And a handbag, I remember one of the nicest feedback I ever heard was a lady who worked at a shopping centre nearby. The next day, Boxing Day, she noticed these ladies walking around with handbags, and that's the handbags we'd given them. And she said, they just looked so elevated because they had a nice, really lovely new handbag and all the products. And I thought, wow, even the next day, you can see the effects of how all these little gestures and items mean something to the people that we're visiting. This year for Christmas to Your Door, we're planning to visit 500 households all through southeast Queensland. And in the past, we've been able to do miracles alone on $30 a family, but this year we're aiming for $60 a family, and with that we can bring an incredible Christmas to them. Today, $60, if you're lucky, will get you lunch for a couple, but $60 with us the impact you can have with these families, the difference you will make. You could basically make their whole year in one morning. And that's why we're calling out for your support, because we can't do this without your help. It's so easy just to flick away, check another YouTube video, or just discard it. Don't worry, I've done that myself. But we really encourage you that if you've wanted to do something at Christmas time and you've really wanted to help families and you just don't really know how, this is such a simple way to help, and all your funds will be going towards bringing Christmas to these families. So I guess I encourage you, in a world of click now, do it later, encourage you to give, encourage you to really get behind this, and actually, basically it's simple. Your support will bring Christmas to families that just didn't suspect it.